All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are bringing you a losers bracket game next. It's going to be between Luca Flower as well as I Don't Know. So we followed I Don't Know from the winners bracket, and they are a fairly new team. They just came over from a mixture of games. Some of them used to play Han, some used to play Strife, and I think Ray's leading the team quite well. So they are now going to play in a best of one against Luca Flower, who did win against Blizzard Random Match today. Right, so that said, we have some CBD codes for giveaway. If you are in the vicinity, do come out and grab this from us. It's limited edition, very nicely printed, as you can see. Savannah's here, all right? And also, if you like to try Heroes, you can sign up for the free CBD access, but this is only for Southeast Asian users. You can get it from our Facebook there. There is the Beta Key Redemption app that will help you gain access to Heroes. The game is currently in CBT, and we are expecting a huge patch next week for Sylvanas. And unless something happens somewhere, it's expected to come out next week, where you'll see level 20 heroes, you'll see Sylvanas launching, you'll see new skins. I think that the video is out already. And Tessadar, the Mecha Tessadar is something that the community has been wanting a lot. We got that as well. And a very good synergy there is the fact that the mount now actually takes off as a jet. So it's a little bit of a transformer element in it, and I think it feels really well. It's really, really nicely done, and that's the upgrade that we're talking about. So Blizzard, while we are rather selling the skins itself, sometimes we're doing cosmetic upgrades, we're doing unique talent icons, skill icons, skin animation to every single skin that's been released out there. So if you like a skin, just feel free to buy it. And yeah, the game's getting set up, by the way, and seems like they are in position, getting ready. So we'll see what we can do. But yeah, do note, in case you guys are wondering, today's games we are looking at winners bracket best of 3 and losers bracket best of 1. So what that means is that if you relegate down to losers bracket, you're only going to play one game. If you lose that game, you are gone and out. That's what we try to accomplish here. It's a double elimination bracket, but still, no matter what, we want to make sure that no one gets first round out, and there's always a fighting chance to come back. It forms a very good comeback story, and effectively stays within a possible time frame of playing a very healthy Owls today. So that's it. We have really interesting games. We got no breaks, and one of the member, Reason, huge shout out to the guy. He actually flew down all the way from Malaysia, and he is not a Singaporean, but he's here, and we're really happy to have him. Let's check the brackets. And yeah, here we have Luca Flower versus I Don't Know. We're actually streaming bracket L. And we have also Galaxy versus No Breaks. So far, the score is 1-0 in favor for No Breaks. Reason, which is from Malaysia, did come from No Breaks, and he is also representing the team there. No Breaks is one of the best team in Southeast Asia. Relics of the Past is already waiting for them in round 3. And that said, they do win against RNG. RNG is a fairly new team, and some of the teams here were actually formed today. Like we allowed the community to come down and form teams. If they want to play in the Community Cup, it's all for fun, and I think they enjoy themselves a lot. Although both of those teams that formed today were actually in the losers bracket after one round, but I think that they still had fun. So I like to think that they had fun so far. They were smiling and all. So yeah, that's it. Seems like Galaxy just lost to No Breaks. And No Breaks will be fighting Relics of the Past in round 3, whereas Ingenium will be going up against Backdoor Boys. Meanwhile, in the losers bracket round 1, we got Galaxy up against RNG, and it's a little bit interesting because one of the Galaxy members, Snowbell, is actually in RNG, so it's a bit of a PK match there versus Galaxy, and that's really interesting to watch. If you are living in Singapore, do come down. We got Lucky Draw, we got Side Event, we got lots of freebies to give away. We got ourselves some really good games to watch live, and also you can check out some of the matches that are being played in the side. So here we are getting prepared for I Don't Know versus Luca Flower. Let's check how's the status like, and we will need to get the brackets there out and ready, as well as the Stormcraft. So all the games today are being drafted on Stormcraft. And we're getting our community to get used to Stormcraft, getting used to the fact that there will be heroes getting banned and getting picked as well. And this is something that I think that everyone wanted as a competitive player. So that's it. We have some of the people actually asking for 2 bans, and that's something that I think would be very good to have. I think that the meta is getting stale right now, and having 2 bans is fantastic. Although the hero pool is kind of small, but with Sylvanas launching soon, 2 bans is definitely going to happen by June. With more heroes on the way, I'm very sure that it will be fun to watch. And that's it. We are still getting prepared for Look of Law versus I Don't Know, and personally, I would like to see a very good game. So we're giving them ample time to make sure that the equipments are in order. And it's interesting because people actually bring down their own keyboard, mouse, and some of them even their own headset. So I don't know, man. These people are really down for pride. It's, you know, it's a competition. You know, it's not about what prizes we give up. And I really like that atmosphere, the spirit that they bring with us. When they win, they were shouting really, really well. So if you live in Singapore, you really have to come down to witness this firsthand. And this Heroes Community Cup is more than just a Community Cup. That should be the tagline. All right, so that's it. My cast for the rest of today will also not encompass some of the more obvious stuff like taking camps, like you know, sudden strategy, split pushing, and maybe even some of the talents getting picked up. I cannot possibly say everything. One main reason why I cannot say that is because of the fact that they can hear me. So that's a bit of a problem there. If I say too much, give too much clue, these people will be very, very happy to pick up that clue there. All right, so that's it. Let's see. Maybe we can find out more information on who's going for map pick and who's first pick. The map is going to be Cursed Hollow. And it seems that the map is being picked up by I Don't Know. So we have a Look of Flower, LAF, going for the first pick. And effectively, I'm waiting for an invite to the draft. But, you know, Cursed Hollow is one of the more balanced map in this entire, you know, map pool here. You got some tribute spawning, you got a wide variety of strategy. In fact, in the game that we saw a little bit earlier between Ingenium as well as IDK, it's pretty clear that Ingenium was going for the split push strat, where they had a Sergeant Hammer pushing the top lane as much as they can, and that in itself is very interesting to watch because that's something that I would say is not common to have. And it worked out well. They hit level 10 before IDK. But really, it's the draft that really made sure that they won the game. But you could say that the split push strat was a part of the draft. Having 3 healers there, that's a lot of heals. And Tassadar with that anti-burst on that shield. It's great, great mechanics by Ingenium. But this game, we have LAF versus IDK, map Cursed Hollow, Tribute's going to spawn, 2 bosses, 1 each side. The draft's going to start right now, so here we go. Right. The overlays are wrong, by the way. We have Look of Flower on the left and IDK on the right. Right. Bit of a blurb from the producing part, but I think that they're okay. Yep. All right, so this is confirmed. It's been corrected. And we will have Look of Flower going second. Seems like they picked Cursed Hollow, so IDK with the first pick here and ban. Interesting to see that. And we have the first ban being a Sergeant Hammer. So we mentioned before that Sergeant Hammer is a fantastic hero on Cursed Hollow because of the split push mechanic. But that's rarely gonna get played. However, Ingenium played it very well in Southeast Asia. I think they're one of those teams that really materialize Sergeant Hammer's split push ability very well. That's a Look of Flower with that Asmodan ban. Wow, Asmodan. Well, now with Taste for Blood being, you know, popularized, we have Asmodan going very strong. In fact, leveling up all the way to a tier 1 hero in competitive play. All he needs to do is just to farm up, and I think it works out really well. Those 1,000 damage on the globe actually does a lot of work. I'm getting information that they are okay, they are fine. All right, let's go. So we got Tyrande first pick on IDK. Tyrande being played by Trinity was played fantastically in the first game against Ingenium. You could see a lot of good combo from Tyrande as well as Diablo, and definitely that's going to be the combo that they will want to execute again. But for LAF, well, I think that they are going to go for Rhaegar, Stitches, Uther as well. IDK may go for the Uther Snatch pick. I don't really know about that, but we got Stitches, which is a tier 1 hero going towards Look of Flower, as well as the Rhaegar. So before the game started, I actually spoke to Look of Flower, and we had this discussion as to why they named themselves Look of Flower. Until now, we have no conclusion, but we do derive that it actually is a phrase from Lily. So that's it could be a hint that a team plays very good Lily. I'm very excited to see if they pick Lily here. But nope, it's not Diablo yet. It's going to be Vala for IDK. I would love to see the Diablo being picked up here because that's great combo on Diablo, Tyrande, Vala. But they are deciding to go Diablo or Uther. I'm not expecting LAF to pick up Diablo. They already have the Stitches, and it is the Diablo. This is where my usual co-caster will go and say that you don't have to pick Diablo here. They already have one tank. But sometimes the meta changes very quickly, and having two tanks may work. I think in US, a lot of teams were experimenting without tanks, and those generally didn't end up well. Although we have a strong support meta, one tank is still like the absolutely bottom line requirement. Without the tank, you don't have those utility, you don't have the ability to soak damage, you're not able to stay in team fight, regardless of the amount of heals. Malfurion is a fantastic pick for LAF. I think that Malfurion is great for sustainability. You can see that in the last game, Malfurion done its work there. Really, the Tranquility makes sure that everyone stays alive in most team fights. And that's something that Malfurion will add as a value onto this entire team. By the way, reminder, this is only a best of one. And once this is done, we're going to bring you winner bracket games again. But it's going to be a Tychus. Wow. Tychus has been completely ignored ever since the nerf came down on the Commandeer Odin. The Odin nerf was deemed to be too much for Tychus, although it's a little bit unfair. I do agree with that unfair part. But now if you kill Tychus in Odin mode, he still dies, and that's not really an upgrade. I think what they can do is to give Tychus Odin a little bit more health there. Since he dies in Odin as well, it's fair. But you know, you give him a little bit more health, and it works out well. So last two picks for IDK, going to be the Jaina as well as the Brightwing. Brightwing will provide sustainability for the team, but it's mainly out of combat regeneration. So it doesn't really have an impact during team fights because it's heal over time. And it's really consistent passive heal. Unless they go for blink heal, which is very rare. Normally, teams will go for Emerald Wind because that is such a great utility skill. It can break team fights into two. It can put people out of position, and that's what Brightwing wants to do. For LAF here, they got one tank, they got two support. It has to be a damage dealer. We can look for a possible Tassadar again, and that would have been sufficient amount of sustainability, not so much damage, but still the Archon can deliver. Kerrigan is also kind of forgotten these days. And it's interesting, but Uther is not getting picked up here from both sides. Going for Brightwing instead of Uther only says one thing, that the team is looking for mobility in Cursed Hollow, and it is a Tassadar. So 3 heals on LAF, looking for great sustainability. We got the Tychus as well with a possible extra HP gain and Stitches for those tanks. And IDK on the flip side with sufficient damage on the Jaina, on the Tyrande, on the Vala, and the Brightwing for utility plus the Diablo for gank. So we are looking for a possible good game here. And so far, in terms of draft, I personally kind of favor Ray's team draft, as in IDK's draft a lot more, simply because of the fact that it's got a lot of damage. It's clear in the damage department, and damage is what wins you games these days. Even in the game that Engineer played, they had sufficient damage. They had Sergeant Hammer. But for LAF, they only have the Tychus, and if the Tychus doesn't work out well, it's not gonna, deliver. Seems like the team just left the lobby. Wow, you can leave lobbies as a team now. That's actually a next level BM. Right, they're gonna come back. And nice to see that we got Golden Abathur on Krendor. Speaking of which, Abathur has been nerfed beyond recognition these days. It's like not even picked up. In the good old days, it's always double ulti. It's really, really sick. But it provided a lot of space. These days, we don't see Abathur. And now, effectively, we are looking to see if he can make a comeback. One of the developers' blog did mention that Abathur is going to get a bit of buff. Monstrosity will last forever. So that's a point for you guys who are not aware of the buffs coming to the small guy with the cool hands. Right, so we might just go into game real soon. And back to the lineup here, we got LAF best of 1 against IDK. 3 heals on one side and 2 heals on the other. Tyrande, small pockets of heal, but it's more on the Brightwing. So we are going into game real soon. Waiting for the last play to get ready. And the losers bracket, by the way, is a best of 1. Have to repeat that in case you guys are wondering. And once that is done, we will go back to the winners bracket to bring you potential matches, which is like really, really crazy people. But this is gonna still be fun. And they are apologizing for making me talk so long. Apology accepted. Can you please click the ready button right now? Alright, so more on composition. I think that we've got a lot of damage on IDK. For LAF, they don't really have those damage, and that's where it's a little bit worrisome. Best of 1s, you cannot afford to make mistakes. If you make mistake, you're in a lot of trouble. So this is Cursed Hollow. This is where tributes will spawn. Split push strategies are very important for this map because it's the fort, it's the tower that gives you those EXP bursts, and those are where you can look for a quick level 10. When you hit a level 10, you're gonna have those heroic talents. When you have the heroic talents, you are going to win those early games. When you win the early game, you're gonna snowball so hard. So that is the strategy here. But both sides, without the Sergeant Hammer, without even a specialist in this game, I'm not, confident that we'll see that mechanic being used. That's it. Let's go into game here. Best of 1 between Luca Flower as well as I Don't Know. On the blue team, we got IDK playing as Tyrande, Trinity, Lei. Onto that Jaina, Maki as the Brightwing, Oni as the Vala, Ray onto that Diablo, the Lord of Terror. And on the red team, we got Luca Flower and Nick Bard onto that Rhaegar, Sync playing as the Malfurion, Crandor playing as Tessadar, Stitches being played by Feline, last but not least Shade Fox playing as that Tychus. And look at that mount, white Direwolf. Will get phased out of shop real soon, so adopt your wolf today. It's really good looking, and it's it has that horde symbol on its head. It's fantastic. So we have the rest of the teams now splitting up into the respective lanes. And it seems like we're not looking for a quick gank on both sides. The minions will spawn. And it seems pretty clear that we're going to have a solo top lane. Oni versus Feline here. It's going to be between the Jaina as well as the Stitches. And back to the mid lane, we got Maki up against Crandor. Sync and Nickbot will be in that area as well. But Brightwing has got so many mobility, it's not going to get up. But meanwhile, we do see Tychus dropping very quickly. It's a gank coming out from IDK, and it worked out well. Tychus is gone. Tychus doesn't have a lot of sustainability, as well as he doesn't even have movement ability on advantages here. They're just knocking on the tower. Sync is just riding the Direwolf. They all have Direwolf, I think. And Ray, Trinity disappears from the bottom lane. We also have Maki still soloing the mid lane. Top lane, we got Oni, Feline as well. And there goes the Shadow Charge, overpower, stun combo, Sync disappears quickly. Malfurion is not even able to heal himself in that instance. And that's a little bit sad to see, but yeah, that's just the way it is. Great burst mechanic, great combo from both the Tyrande and Diablo. Crandor mid lane against Maki, they're doing whatever they can here. Feline is dropping below 50% health on the top lane. Ray again, Shadow Charge, overpower, and that connects beautifully, but Nickbot has got a lot of health. And Crandor is the main reason why Rhaegar didn't die there. That shield was so helpful. It really just makes sure Nickbot didn't die. Sing now going to rotate back here as well, giving them some mana. It will be, it's surprising to see Sing actually walking here. Okay, now he mounts up. That's good. So down south, Lei up against Shade Fox, both DPS, nothing special yet. Tribute could have spawned in just about a few seconds here. And they do get some camps, by the way. So the siege cam will go towards the blue team on the top lane. That's just pushing a little bit harder right now. One level difference already in favor for IDK. And Tribute spawns. On the bottom half of the map it is. And Tychus needs to be very careful. Lay with those Blizzard onto the minions there, farming very quickly for EXP. And Nick Bart not going to rotate. Most of the people actually deciding to stay in the lane. Meanwhile, Malfurion getting stunned, and there goes also the Hunter's Mark, and down goes Malfurion for a second time this game. Quick combos coming from IDK. Crandor tried to save there, but there is no way he would be in range for the shield. Malfurion respawns. We got one level advantage for IDK. Again, Shadow Charge, this time missing. Great side step by Shade Fox, but look at that. We have also a bit of that Lunar Flare connecting on the Tychus. Back to the mid lane, Sync is there. And meanwhile, Oni, by his own effort, takes down Stitches. That's a great play on his part. We've got a very interesting strategy right now coming from IDK. They are not really staying in lane. The bottom lane is kind of isolated. Shade Fox is just soaking up EXP. Because of the obscene amount of ganks they have in the early game, they are just playing very safe for the raid team. They are making sure that they do not overextend, and they are always close to the gate. But I really doubt that's going to save them. What would be good for the raid team is more rotation, probably ganks of their own. They cannot afford to stay safe. They cannot afford to play conservatively. They will not get the quick level 10. They are one level down. Sentinel connecting on 2. Wow, the hook connects on Trinity! Maybe now, but here goes Lunar Flare, and Ray comes in to save the day. Oni is going to be okay. A little bit extra heal. Shade Fox goes for the kill. Will not get it. Tychus a little bit of trouble right now. Extra slams coming in. More damage. There goes the shield. Shade Fox still not dying. Sustainability is doing so well. But Oni's behind there. Oni right clicks down Tychus. He's gone. Sync goes down there as well. Ray looking for more. Crandor. Dimensional shift. He's lost in the wood. And there's little Ray Riding Hood. And he's done. Nick Bart retreating there. One man by himself, there's nothing much he could have done. He is not level 10, no ancestral healing. And we have a replay. Let's check that. Look at this epic maximum range hook on Trinity. Man, they have to give the Stitches there. Great job. Ray sustaining, Maki comes in. And that's where Shade Fox, you know, he could have killed Trinity if he just played a little bit gutsy, but he had to pull back. And that was the end of it. And Oni, meanwhile, no one cared about Vala. It's like she ate glass and it's completely transparent. But Crandor here, he knows he's gone. There's no way he would have stayed alive anyway. Too low level to do anything. And it seems like IDK is already a level 10. They have 2 tributes, so if they are able to get the next one, it will nicely help them. And it will also combo up with this boss that they just took. Almost level 10 for Luca Flower. They notice something's amiss. Seems like we have the top lane tower gone. One still standing. Mid lane's towers are completely gone. Bottom lane tower getting challenged by the Golem. Nick Bart and Shade Fox defending here. Tribute gonna spawn. But I don't think the LAF is going to contest that one there. We're pushing the bottom lane. Great synergy, great strategy from IDK. So the Golem's doing all the work while they go for tribute, and that's where the curse come in. Raid team, their towers will not attack. The minions are all at 1 health right now, which means very easy AoEs will kill them. Ray now actually will do whatever they can, and they go for the boss, but the great clairvoyance is going to spot them out there from the raid team, so they know this is happening. I'm not exposing them, guys. The boss will go towards the blue team. Nicely done. And I just remembered that there's something called a talent bar. Alright, so Stitch is not going for full tank here, actually going for pulverize build. So that's interesting. And clairvoyance, actually I think it's the far side by the Rhaegar that helped the team spot out the boss there. We got also double healing ward with very standard ultimates getting picked up. So they are serious. They want to do this for the best. Ray goes in. Nick Bart disintegrates again. And the fort now getting challenged by IDK. I have no idea what Rhaegar is doing here by himself, but It's fine. They're all defending the top lane. Odin spawns. The boss getting challenged. The Siege Golem throwing those stones. And Feline takes it to the face. The stun from the Golem. He's a real man right there. That's a real man. We're going for more. Blue team picks up another siege camp. Maki pushes the mid. The curse is over, but the damage has been done. Every single lane is already at the gates. The final gate for the raid team. It's almost done. Lunar Flare not going to connect. Tower going to go down. And more siege golems getting hooked in by Feline as well. That's a way to kill a siege golem. Pulverize goes down. Ray goes in. APOC! But no combo there. Doesn't matter. Feline takes full damage. Down he goes. Maki with Emerald win. Archon getting pushed back. Ancestral healing on Krendor. Krendor can't even hold the front here. Nick Bard is down to below 50%. He heals back up a little bit. Oni with the Hungering Arrow doing a lot more work. And the 4 going down. The keep effectively dropping to 50%. There goes the shield. They're buying time. 10 seconds before Malfurion comes back. Maybe they can do something. Dimensional shift. Gonna save Krendor. But it's not enough. Hungering Arrow being thrown against Shadefox. Lunar Flag connects. And down goes Tychus. They are in for another rotation. 25 seconds before Tychus respawns, and the blue team can effectively now continue to push. Here comes Malfurion. Feline, maximum range hook. He needs to slowly aim, make sure he gets it. Could result in a kill here. No, he walks up, Pulverize, does a lot of work. Oni may drop the fall. The rest of the team doesn't care about Oni. Nick Bard effectively taking too much damage there. A little bit lost, also go down. Feline now going to try and pull back. Sync with a little bit more heal. Putri Ball being used, but it seems like Feline is dropping very low. Sentinel nearly killing Feline, and Feline is actually down all the way to a few hundred before the healing totem actually came out there. Shadefox respawns, but Rhaegar is gone. And Ray looking for more. No overpower. Great stun by Malfurion. Ray dropping very low right now. Great shield again by the support Hirande. The hook doesn't connect, unfortunately. Lei, Water Alley, man on the mission, 1 versus 5 maybe, but no, he drops too low. And Shadefox is not able to punish him there. Jaina overextending. The Owl is not going to kill anyone. They will all pull back right now. 3-level difference in favor for IDK. Do remember that Look of Flower cannot afford to lose this best of 1. If they do, they are out of the competition. 10 minutes in, it looks like it's not looking good at all. Bottom fort gone. All that's left is the mid fort, accompanying tower, as well as the top lane. We got almost the full package except the gate. Bruiser Camp going for the red team, as well as the blue team, so they have the same strategy for now. In terms of talent, everything looks to be interesting except for a pretty confused Vala that decides to go for multi-shot as well as a Hungering Arrow hybrid build. That's not bad, alright. Hungering Arrow as well as multi-shot talent build is not bad, but it's not optimal. Most players prefer to go for multi-shot pure build because that's where most of the damage comes in. And we'll see if Vala can actually hit 40k damage for this game because that's the hallmark of a good Vala. Sentinel Ranger getting picked up here. So Hirande going for more on the Sentinel buff. Feline taking damage. And the Water Elemental coming out. Ancestral healing connects beautifully. APOC goes down. Ray isolated. Feline, he wants to pull back, but Tychus too fat. And down goes Odin. Ray now getting healed up. Will do a lot of work here. Sync getting boxed out as well. Slowed. Frozen in time. And he sings Let It Go. Nick Bard gone as well. Krendor taking damage. Last hit. Lunar Flare connects. Oni once more. Last hit. He gets it. It's a team wipe. And IDK well on the way to advance in the losers bracket. 100% core dropping 80-70. They will not respawn before this. Everyone calling GG. Good game being played here. Look of Flower did their best, but it's just simply not good enough. That's it. IDK will now proceed on to meet against, let's see, which team is it? Oh wait, before we go there, let's talk about replay. See, here we go, Feline. Look at that. This is what happened when you have 2 fat guys on the couch. So Feline with Putri Ball getting stunned, getting slow, and Shadefox was completely blocking his way. It's actually Diablo as well. So a 3 fat guy in a lane, and everyone dies. So that's it. Now Ray, they're just pushing as much as they can. A very friendly banter on both sides. Great game being played by both sides as well. I like to say that Look of Flower was complete sportsman for this game. Krendor was trying to escape, but he just couldn't do that. 5-man team wipe. All right, so next game we have Relics of the Past. against No Breaks. That's a match I want to cast. That's a match that I think will be interesting. It's funny because Relics of the Past captain Revenant used to play StarCraft 2. And No Breaks, they got Risen, who also used to play StarCraft 2. So both of them have got some grudge match there. And we got that for the winners bracket semi-finals, where to answer the question, IDK will move on to face the loser of Relics or No Breaks. And meanwhile, Galaxy is playing against RNG, like I said before, which stands for a random number generator. And they are, some of the members actually used to play on Galaxy as well. So they are really just messing around right now for sure. That's going to take a while. BDB Backdoor Boys against IGN, that's happening in the background. So we'll be back with the next game real soon. I'm Babel. Hope you guys enjoyed this cast. See you guys in a while. Do follow my Facebook page and support my cast. Thank you.